Look at you. Immediately after birth.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। जय श्री प्रभुपाद।
Hare
Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Srinivas Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Harleen Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
When he came back to his father to learn Srimad Bhagavatam, and here, as such a merciful, compassionate devotee who's only living for the welfare of others, but he's only living for their spiritual welfare. He's speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. So Sukadeva Goswami is speaking according to his platform of communication.
We'll sing Damodarashtakam today. Namashwaram Sachidanandarupa Lashatkandaram Gokule Vrajama Yashodhabiyo Lukha Adhavamana Paramishtamadhyandra Yugamagrijanta Param Bhoja Yugamena Shatankanena Mohashvachakam Pati Rekhanka Kanta Sthita Graivam Damodaram Bhaktipatham Iti Vikshali Labhi Ananda Kunde Swagoshani Jantam Akyapayantam Tadiyeshitaneshu Bhaktajitatma Purha Prematastam Sattavite Param Deva Moksham Na Moksham Bhajim Va Nachanyam Hrideham Varishadapita Idam Teva Puranatha Gopala Balam Sadameva Nasya Virastam Idam Te Mukham Bhodam Atyanta Nilaye Vitam Kundalaye Snigdha Laptaisha Gopya Mohushubitam Bimbadakadharam Me Mohushubitam Bimbadakadharam Me Manasya Vidastamalam Akshara Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्याति दीनं गतानु गृहाणि क्षमाज्ञाम् आदियक्षिद्विषये कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्याति दीनं गतानु गृहाणि क्षमाज्ञाम् आदियक्षिद्विषये भुविरात्मजो बद्ध मूर्त्यैव यादवा त्वयमुचितो भक्ति आजौरितो च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वाकामित्रया च न मोक्षग्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरे नमस्तेस्तु धाम्नेश्वरदीप्तिधामने त्वदीयधरायाथा विश्वस्य नमस्तेस्तु धाम्नेश्वरदीप्तिधामने त्वदीयधरायाथा विश्वस्य नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय नममीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं दशत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्राजमानं यशोदाप्रियो दुःखदाधवमानं परमिष्टमाद्यन्ततोऽप्यगोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रायुगममृजन्तां परं भजयुगमेन शातं कानित्रम् मोहशशकं पात्रीरेखाङ्ककण्ठा स्थितग्रन्थावोऽघरन्ता इतिभिक्ष्वलीलाभिराकण्ठखण्डे स्वघोषं निभाजन्तं भाव्यभयन्तम् तदीशितानेषु भक्तजितात्मा पुनः प्रेमदास्तं सदा वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं गतिं वा न चान्यव्रतेऽहं भवेशादपि इदं ते वपुरनाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनसा विरास्ताम् इदं ते मुखं भोजमत्यन्तनीलये वृत्तं मोहशोभितं बिम्बारक्ताधरं मे मनस्य विनास्तं रक्षणाय नमो देव दामोदरानन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजननिवाय कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्याति दीनं दधानु गृहाणि क्षमाज्ञामधियक्षिद्विषये भुविरात्मजो बद्ध मूर्त्यैव यादवा त्वयमुचितो भक्ति आजौरितो च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वाकामित्रया च न मोक्षग्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरे नमस्तेस्तु धाम्नेश्वरदीप्तिधामने त्वदीयधरायाथा विश्वस्य नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 बात की जय गौर भक्तों की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम। So today maybe I will explain little bit about this Damodarashtakam. So anyone in the call who has not heard about this prayer Damodarashtakam? Everyone is aware of this prayer? Okay. So okay. Very quick. Namamishwaram Satchitananda Rupam. I offer my Nama means offering obeisances, and Ishwar means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishwar also means controller, the Supreme Controller. So Namam Ishwaram Satchitananda Rupam is Krishna is described as Satchitananda. Sat Chit Ananda, full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajaman. So Kundal is the earrings. This is a description of this particular pastime where Krishna was bound by the rope of Mother Yashoda. So Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajamana means his earrings, Kundal. Lasat, his whose glistening earrings were swinging to and fro. Gokule Bhrajamana. Yashoda Biyo Lukhala Dhavamana. Yashoda Biyo. Biyo means fear. Out of fear from Yashoda, Ukhal. Uh, Yashoda Biyo Lukhala Dhavamana. So he was running out of fear, Biyo, out of fear of Mother Yashoda, who was trying to tie her to a ukhal. Ukhal means um, uh, the grinding mortar. You know, it's a grinding mortar. It's made of stone. It's very heavy, and they used to churn butter or yogurt. So because Krishna stole um, the butter that Mother Yashoda made, uh, and he was caught red-handed by Mother Yashoda, out of bhaya, fear of Mother Yashoda, he was trying to run away. Paramishtam Atyantato Dutya Gopya, and who was being caught by Mother Yashoda. To that Supreme Lord Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Rudantam Mohur Netra Yugmam Rijantam. Rudantam means he was crying, and Muhu means again and again. Netra Yugmam Rijantam. Rijantam means he was, because he was crying out of fear of Mother Yashoda, who was trying to punish him by binding him to the grinding mortar. Uh, he was looking to Mother Yashoda with a lot of innocence, and he was rubbing his eyes as he was constantly crying. Mudun Rudanta Muhur Netra Yugumam. Yugumam means Netra is eyes and Yugumam is Yuga means two. So Netra Yugumam means his two eyes. Mrijantam. Karam Bhoja. Kara means the hands. Karam Bhoja Yugmena Shatanka Netram. So with his eyes he was rubbing his ears. And Shatank is fear. Shatanka Netram is his eyes were full of fear. Muhu Swasa. Swasa is he was doing a quick breathing. Muhu means again like this. Muhu Swasa Kampa Tri Rekhanka Kantha. And he was his whole body was shivering. And Kantha is basically Kantimala, which is around the neck. Tri Rekhanka Kantha means his um, his neck was having three folds. Naturally, the skin folds. So he was shivering, and he was wearing a pearl necklace. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Robin Prabhu. Yes. Sorry. Okay, so Muhu Shwasha Kampa Trirekhanka Kanta. He was wearing a necklace, and that was shivering because he was shivering and he was taking a quick breathing again and again. So this is a description of the beautiful form of the face of Damodar. Sthita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Baddham. And Bhakti Baddham means he was not being bound by the rope of Mother Yashoda, but he was being bound by the love, by Bhakti Baddham. Nobody can bind him by anything. Only bhakti can bind him. Sthita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Baddham. it it iti dikshva leelabhir ananda kunde. And like this, leelabhir means the pastimes. Ananda kunde, in this way he would perform pastime every day, and he was swaghosham. Ghosham refers to the village, Ghosham, and that refers to Vrindavan. In this way he was, and nimajjantam akhyapayantam means he was drowning. Nimajjan means basically drowning. He was drowning the resident of Gokul, the resident of Vrindavan, Ananda, in bliss through his pastime. So every day, Krishna in childhood pastime will perform various pastimes like Damodar Leela, like stealing the butters or playing with the calf. In this way, he will walk around with his friends and do so many things. And by his sweet pastimes, he was drowning the resident of Vrindavan in the ocean of bliss. Tadiyeshita Neshu Bhakta Jitatvam. I am not interested in the knowledge and other aspect. Bhakta Jitatvam, only in bhakti. This is a prayer by a sage called Satyavrata Muni, who composed this song. Puna prematastam sattavritti vande. I offer vande is again obeisances. I offer my obeisances, who is out of love. Puna prema, again and again, with pure love. Sattavritti vande. Varam deva moksham na moksham vadhimva. I don't want moksha or anything other than, or all other kinds of benediction. So here benediction is coming. Satyavrat Muni is praying, I don't want liberation. Varam deva moksham na. मुझे मोक्षा नहीं चाहिए ना मोक्षा बधिम्वा and any other benediction related to it. Na chanem vraneham vareshad apiha, and also I don't need eternal life in Vaikuntha. Idam te vapur natha gopala balam. I only want to, vapu is the form, gopala balam, the childhood form of Gopal, the childhood form of Gopal. Sada me manasya avirastam kim anyay. I only want that I can remember this childhood form of Gopal, who is either stealing butter or playing with Mother Yashoda, or who is out of fear. This form I want to capture in my heart. I don't want to go to Vaikuntha. I don't want liberation. I don't want any other thing. Just I want to remember you in your childhood form, my dear Lord Krishna. The word Damodar, Udar means belly, and Dama means rope. So the word Damodar comes from this pastime where this Bal Krishna was being bound by the ropes, whose belly was bound by the ropes. That's why he is called Damodar. Idam te mukham bhojam atyanta nila. Vritam kuntale snigdha rapacha gopya. Now, Nila means blue. Atyanta Nila means his color is deep blue. and or blackish bluish. Atyanta nila, mukham bhojam. His description of his face, the face of Damodar is covered by deep blue, his skin color. Ritam kuntalai. Kuntalai is the locks of curling hair. He has a curling hair. So deep blue, his face by curling hair. Snigdha means Snigdha raktascha gopya. Rakta means reddish. Gopya, out of love. Snigdha, out of love. Mother Yashoda, who is a gopi, Mother Yashoda, is kissing the cheeks of Damodar, and his cheeks have become red. So there's a description of his face with blackish bluish in complexion, and locks of hair around his ears, curly hairs, and reddish cheeks because of the kiss of Mother Yashoda. Muhu chumbitam bimba rakta dharam me. And chumbitam is the word kiss. And muhu is again and again. Again and again he is being kissed or kisses. Again and again he is being kissed by uh, the lips of Mother Yashoda. Manasyavi rastam alam laksha labh. There is nothing else that I want. Laksha labh means millions of other things. Laksha means lakhs. So laksha labh means benefit. Laksha labh means lakhs of other benefits are of no use to me if I can just remember this beautiful face of Gopal. So this whole description is describing this particular Damodar Leela. Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdhi Maganam. Namo Deva, again I offer my obeisances to you, O Deva. Damodar, O Damodar, Ananta. Ananta is means unlimited. Ananta is also name of Vishnu. Ananta, O Lord, O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu. Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdhi Maganam. And Jala, again Jala means ocean. And Dukha Jalabdhi Maganam means I am drowning in the ocean of misery. I am very miserable. So here he is offering this prayer, O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, I am miserable. I am drowning in the ocean of sorrow. Kripa Dishti Vrastyati Dinam Batanu. Please bestow your mercy. Kripa Dishti means look at me with a merciful glance. Kripa Dishti Vrishtyati. Please bestow your merciful glance. Dinam Batanu. I am very lowly. I am very fallen. Dinam Batanu. Grihanesha Mam Agya Adi Akshi Drishe. And please raise my consciousness and protect me by your nectarian, by your mercy and by your vision. कुबेरात्मा जाओ बद्धा मूर्त्याय यादव त्वया मोचिताओ भक्ति भाजाओ कृतौ च. Kuberatma Jao Badha. Kuberat Majao. Ajao means the sons, the sun. And Kuberatma Jao means the son of Kubera, which is referring to two sons. One is Nalagriva and one is Nalakubera and Manigriva. They were very proud sons of Kuber, and at one point of time they were dancing in the lake of Lord Shiva. They were dancing with girls, and both girls and these two boys were not wearing proper clothes, and they were bathing and they were having some form of material pleasure. That time Narad Muni happened to come, and Narad Muni, when he saw these girls being from respectable demigod families, they immediately came out and they covered their bodies, because naturally you want to be covered in front of saints. And it's a sign of, they are supposed to have natural shyness. But these two boys, they were very proud, and they stood there as if we don't care. Naturally, if a saint comes, you pay obeisances, and you are kind of dressed in a respectable manner. In front of sage, you don't stand without clothes and with head high and in lot of pride. So Narad Muni could understand that these people are afflicted by this material disease, and he wanted to show them his mercy. So he told the two boys that you have been very much puffed up, and your puffed up is because of your high birth. Because it is said that Queen Kunti prays that opulence, good opulence, good beauty, good birth, and good education, they have a tendency to make one proud. When people are very opulent, they think I can control, and people will have to listen to me and I can help. So pride comes, beauty, pride comes because so many people look at them, so many people appreciate them, and because of those false prestige, one start thinking that I am somebody great, I am somebody better than others because I have this thing. And then likewise education, everybody say, oh, you are from this much educated and we don't have. Then they also start believing that yes, I am better than others. So these things makes one high birth. Also somebody born in like we have a very nice devotee. He said I was born with a silver spoon because he was a son of Ford, Alfred Ford. So he was very famous. So when people have these things, they have a tendency to make one proud. Nonetheless, these things can be perfectly used in Krishna service. But if we feel ourselves better than others, then there's a problem. Then that's a devotional problem. That's why my spiritual master says that we should not glorify uh, um, unnecessarily. Um, because if somebody takes the glories and think, yes, I am so sincere, I am so great, and pride will come, and once pride comes, then fall down comes. Pride comes before fall. Before we actually lose our spiritual position, and losing our spiritual position does not mean we give up chanting Hare Krishna. Losing means we make some mistake, and these mistakes are forced upon us by the material nature. When Krishna sees that the pride has come into the heart. So Narad Muni, he saw that these two sons, because of their wealth and because of their ability and opportunity to enjoy their surroundings, they were very proud and they were trying to impress. So he cursed them that you give up this high birth and you take a very low birth, and trees are considered as a low birth. So he cursed them to become trees. Now naturally, when a saint, even these demigods, they know that saints, when they curse, it has a very powerful effect. So they started lamenting, they started crying, they fell down at the feet of Narad Muni, and they came back to their senses. um, and they prayed, Narad Muni, please help us. Please be merciful unto us. Then Narad Muni said, well, I've already cursed, so you have to become trees. But I'll bless you that you become trees in the courtyard of Nanda Baba, in the veranda, in the house, outside the house of Lord Krishna. So that way, when Lord Krishna will perform his pastimes, you will witness those pastimes, and just by witnessing those pastimes, your heart will become completely purified. So that turned out to be a benediction. It is described that when a sage curses or when a sage gives benediction, both are benediction. Because the sage do not have envy against anyone, but whatever curse, even the curses they do, is just because they want us to improve. They want us not to make the mistake. They want us to become perfect. That's why whatever sages do should be accepted with respect. Um, so Kuberatma Jao Baddha Murteva Yadvat. The sons of Kubera who were bound in the body of the trees, Toya Mochito, you liberated them. You gave them liberation. Bhakti Bhajav Kritaucha, and you gave them bhakti. You gave the devotional service to the two sons of Kuber, who were very proud and who had all the disqualification. You gave them devotional service. Tatha prema bhaktim swakam me prayacha. Likewise, swa means your own bhakti. Likewise, your own prema bhakti, bestow it upon me only, upon me also. Namoksha graho mesti damodareha. I don't have any desire for moksha or merging into your effulgence. O Damodar. Just like the way, despite all disqualifications, you delivered the two sons of Kuve, Manigreva and Nala Kuvera. Likewise, bestow the same mercy upon me. Just like you gave them Prema Bhakti, please bestow your Prema Bhakti upon me also. And then the last verse is Namastestu Damne, Sfuradipti Damne, Tvadiyo Darayatha Vishwasya Damne. Namaste, now some obeisances. Um, Namaste tu damne spuradipti damne tvadyodharayatha vishwasya damne. So the Lord's belly is compared to the universe. I offer my, O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with a robe by Mother Yashoda. The description of how the belly, which is compared to Vishwa, the universe, was bound by the love of Mother Yashoda. So I offer my obeisances to the belly and to the robe. To this robe, I offer my humble obeisances. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. And I offer my obeisances to Priyaya is obviously very dearmost Srimati Radharani, and Namo Nanta Leelaya, and I offer my obeisances to Ananta Leela, to unlimited pastimes, Devaya Tubhyam. So this particular Damodarashtakam we sing in this month of Kartik every day, and then we offer a lamb to Damodar. So you all can try doing that. It will give you lot of benefits. Give me a second. Are there any discussion at this point of time regarding this beautiful Damodar Ashtakam? Any question anyone has? Okay, so then we will go to our nectar of devotion, and we begin from where we left off last week. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वांछा कल्पा तरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदीन तारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम्। This is the first thing that we discussed is the cycle of sin, and we discuss how because of ignorance one have sinful desires, because the cause of sinful desire is identification with the body, and when we identify with the body, then we want to do something to give pleasure to this body, which may not be recommended in the Vedic scriptures, like the forbidden activities, but they are done because of the satisfaction of either the mind or the body. So ignorance of who I really am When we identify ourselves as part and parcel of Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jivira Swarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. When we are established in that relationship, that Sambandha Gyan, when Sambandha Gyan is weak, then we identify ourselves with this material world, with this body, and then we want, we have many desires. We want fame, we want wealth, we want beauty, we want women, we want fill in the blanks. So the cause of sinful desire is our weak sambandha gyan, not able to identify ourselves from the spiritual perspective. So ignorance give rise to sinful desire, and when we have a desire and we contemplate on the desire, the desire becomes stronger, and if we contemplate more, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and it turns into an action. And that sinful action is called papam. And sinful action has two kind of reaction. Once sinful activity is done, it seems like everything is okay, but then we get a manifested reaction, we get a gross reaction and a subtle reaction. Let's say in this way, gross reaction is some suffering comes, and subtle reaction is it increases our proclivity, our inclination to again engage in sinful activity. These desires, they are very dangerous. Uh, if we feed those desires, we are going to become more and more entangled in this material world. But instead of feeding those desires, if we neglect those desires and um, remain busy in Krishna consciousness, then we are walking to the path of liberation. That's why we should be busy. When we are busy, then we have no time to contemplate. And if somebody thinks, how can I be busy? Then the best way how I have seen how we can remain busy is you pray to Krishna while chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. My dear Lord, please engage me in your service. Um, and also how much service we get, how much busy we are, how we spend our time, it depends upon how strong is our desire to serve. Everything happens based on the desire. When we don't have desire, Krishna will not give us opportunity. So being busy is very good. Another thing is one should be expert at neglecting one's mind, because mind is not a devotee, and mind will present with many sinful desires. And those desires looks very attractive. Those desires, they promises pleasure, they promises comfort, they promises warmth, but they are going to bring a lot of suffering. That's why those desires are influenced by material energy or maya. Maya means illusion. Illusion means that which is not. So the promises these sinful desires make is not the result. The result is lot of suffering, but the promises are very good. Just like there are promises in casinos: come and win. Nobody wins, everybody loses the whole life earnings. But they say, come and win. The whatever the prize of $5 million is given out every day. It can be yours. So this is illusion. Illusion means the promises are false. So the reason these desires are there is because we have performed sinful activities in the past, and that's why these desires are very strong. But Krishna consciousness, when we take up to devotional service, these desires go away, and these desires are purified. So one has to neglect one's mind, and one has to be determined. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a particular story of Kala Krishna Das, who was a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on his South India tour. One point of time, early in the morning, a group of people by the name Bhattadharis, they came and they attracted, like, so what they would do, there are a group of people who are pseudo spiritualists, and they would attract innocent people through women in the group. So they were very cheap people basically. So they came and they attracted the heart of Kala Krishna Das, and Kala Krishna Das agreed to join their group. And Kala Krishna Das was the personal servant of Lord Chaitanya, and he became influenced by these, by basically by the material energy, by the illusory promises. So when we are in this material world, the path is not easy because there are many obstacles, and these obstacles are because of our past. And there is a phase, um, there is a phase that comes in the life of devotees that we have to overcome. And that's why determination, Rupa Goswami says 6 things are very favorable. He says confidence. If I continue practicing Krishna consciousness, Krishna will certainly bestow his mercy upon me. Confidence. And then there has to be enthusiasm. One should be very eager to advance, eager to make progress, eager to go deeper in one's spiritual practices, one's chanting, eager to serve, eager to invest all of one's time in the service of the Lord. And then whatever obstacles might present, one should, with determination, one should neglect those desires. That's why this spiritual life is like a tug of war. My spiritual master says there is a constant combat, constant fighting between guidance that comes from Guru Sadhu Shastra and the mind. Guru Sadhu Shastra, the spiritual master, the devotees and scriptures, they are always um, they're always inspiring us. They're always requesting us to move in the right direction and to become Krishna conscious. But the mind is always trying to degrade us because material energy, Maya, acts through the mind. Mind is our biggest enemy, who is sitting in our heart, who is presenting us with the false promises. So this tug of war will go on for some time. Srila Prabhupada said, once we take up Krishna consciousness, it's like we turn on the switch, but the fan is still running. Likewise, we have stopped our external engagement, but the mind's sinful disposition from past karma are still lingering on. The fan is still running. At some point of time, fan stops. Likewise, at some point of time, the mind will stop promoting um, uh, sinful desires. So one has to be, that's what Rupa Goswami says, one has to be patient. One has to remain patient, stay in association of devotees as much as possible, sincerely practice Krishna consciousness, and let the time pass by. Slowly, slowly, everything will become perfect. But the journey initially is a little turbulent journey because there is constant, uh, we have to constantly push ourselves to be Krishna conscious, to be Krishna conscious. But if one give in to the demands of the mind, then one has to await the reaction that will come for it, and reactions will come, and one will have increased proclivity or disposition towards the same sinful activity. And if one is not very careful, it's the opposite direction to progress. So once one begin, it is very difficult, but when one begin pure devotional service, my Lord, please help me, my Lord, um, how can I serve you? And Srila Prabhupada would say that we should always pray, Krishna, please protect me from your material energy. Krishna, please protect me from your Maya Shakti. Uh, Krishna, please help me. Krishna, I am helpless. Krishna, I am very weak to be able to say no to my mind. Krishna, I am very weak. Please give me the strength. Uh, Please help me so I can continuously make progress. So this is the mood of a devotee. One should have fear of material energy. One should be very afraid. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in goodness, one knows what is to be feared, what is not to be feared. One should know that. This thing is very fearful. One should not lose the fear. One should always be afraid. Oh, Maya is attacking me. Maya will come to me. Maya will capture me. This is called the healthy fear. Then there is a healthy fear of I don't want to offend any devotees. No Vaishnava Prad. One should have these healthy fears, and they are very, very beneficial. So pure devotional service bring immediate relief from all kind of material distress. Um, and what pure devotional service does is, whatever wrong we have done in the past, say we have killed a Brahmana, or we had stolen somebody else's money, or we have done all kind of horrible activities, still if one start attending pure devotional service, one will immediately get relief. Now those things are meant to bring distress in our life, but if you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and be sincere, then previous whatever unlimited wrong things we have done, we don't have to suffer. And how many things we have done. Now we know the story of Dhritarashtra. I'm sure some of you know. He kind of he burnt a bird, and then he poked the eyes. He poked actually the eyes of the bird, and he made the bird blind. And then there was a nest which had 100 eggs, and he burned the nest. So all the 100 children died, and because of that, Dhritarashtra was born blind, and he had 100 sons, and all the 100 sons were killed while he was alive. So in that way, the material nature is very ruthless. In a way, everything is going to come back. So one should have that fear, but whatever wrong, whatever suffering we have is because of our past. But if we take to Krishna consciousness, we do not have to suffer for our past. It just one has to carefully and sincerely take up Krishna consciousness. Then there is another particular story where Jagai and Madhai, they were meat eater, they were rapists, they were violent, they were um, um, they would steal Brahmana's property, they would beat up whoever is walking, they were always drunk. So they were very, very sinful people. There is nothing sinful that they have not done. No sinful act. They were so sinful. And by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, those who know the story, um, um, Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they delivered Jagai and Madhai, and they became pure devotees Jagai and Madhai. Nityananda Prabhu would he wanted that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most magnanimous. I want the entire world to know what the mercy of Lord Chaitanya can do. Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Uttama Adhama na kare vichar, does not depend upon if we are pure, then mercy will come, and if we are impure, mercy will not come. In fact, the most degraded people get the maximum mercy. The mercy does not have any discrimination. So Nityananda Prabhu was thinking that if Jagai and Madhai are the most sinful people, if they can be delivered, then the whole world will know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy does not discriminate. It is available for anyone and everyone. So Nityananda Prabhu asked them to chant the name of Krishna and to worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they became so angry that how can this person give me instruction? They took a broken pot, broke it, and hit Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu was bleeding. The news went to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya came running, and he called out for Chakra, his Sudarshan Chakra, which Krishna always carries, and he wanted to cut off the head of Jagai and Madhai. And Jagai and Madhai became very sobered up, and they could see death in front of them. They fell down at the feet. Um, Nityananda Prabhu told Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that actually Madhai, Jagai, he helped me by because Madhai wanted to hit again Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, after he was bleeding, he told Jagai and Madhai, "It's okay if you have hit me. Please, my request to both of you is please chant the holy name of Krishna." And Madhai became even further angry, and he wanted to hit Nityananda Prabhu again. Then Jagai said, "No, Madhai, don't you see he is a saint? Even after being hit, he is still asking us to chant. He is a saint. Don't harm him." So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard how Jagai actually stopped Madhai from hitting Nityananda Prabhu again, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Madhai and gave him love of God. And Jagai was like, I was as sinful as Madai. If you have forgiven Jagai, then you should forgive me also. Because Jagai was seeing death in front of him, and Sudarshan Chakra was rotating. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Jagai that unless you bow down and you beg forgiveness from Nityananda Prabhu, I have I have no power to save you. And Nityananda Prabhu immediately picked him up, embraced him, and he told Lord Chaitanya, my dear Lord, if I have done any devotional activity ever in my life, then I beg you, give the credit of my entire till eternity, whatever devotional service I have given, give the benefit to Jagai and let him receive your mercy. Let him receive pure love for Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had tears in his eyes, seeing the compassion, true compassion of Chaitanya Prabhu, and that's how Jagai and Madhai were delivered. Now, this is why I shared the entire story. This is why Jagai and Madhai are delivered. And then uh, um, Jagai and Madhai, they were crying. They were very repentant for their sinful past. They have done all kind of sinful activities. And likewise, we also have done before we came to Krishna consciousness, or maybe even now, I'm not sure, but we may have done so many sinful activities. So they were very repentant. So it is said that repentance is very good. For anything wrong that we have done, repentance is very good. So Jagai and Madhai, they were lamenting and crying, and they asked Lord Chaitanya, my Lord, we have done so many sinful activities. We feel so bad about our past. We hate Nityananda Prabhu, who came to save our lives. We are delivered by his mercy, and he came with such pure intention, and we made him bleed. And they were very much repentant. And we have given a lot of trouble to a lot of people. And they were always drunk. And it is said that if somebody sees Jagai Madhai, they would feel just by seeing Jagai Madhai, they were contaminated and they would jump in the Ganges just to become purified. So people were so they would have such image in front of others. They were so sinful actually. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them, now I have taken all of your karma because you have surrendered. Now I have taken all of your karma, but don't do it again. Don't do it again. It's actually a very instructive story. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have taken all of your karma, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body turned black. He's a golden avatar. That was one of the name of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gauranga, it's golden avatar. But his body became black. And all the devotees, they saw Mahaprabhu completely black. And Mahaprabhu said, this blackness is because I have taken all the sins of Jagai and Madhai. And that's why my whole body has become black. It's a reflection. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told all the devotees, start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And all the devotees surrounding the Lord started chanting the holy name of Krishna. And as they were chanting, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu color, black color, began to fade. And over a period of time, in a short time, Mahaprabhu again regained his original golden complexion. That also shows that how the Hare Krishna Mahamantra can burn all the sinful actions we have done in the past, the reaction. That's why pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kind of material distress, because one can burn one's sinful reaction. Yet at the same time, how soon we can burn those sinful reactions depends upon how pure is our chanting. But because our chanting is not at that level, at our own pace, at our own stage, to burn our sinful reaction is very, very difficult. And that's why we need a spiritual master. Guru, when he gives us initiation, he takes all our bad karma. And because his chanting is very pure, he can burn it. He can burn. He has the ability. And actually he suffers also partially because of that. But he relieves us once so that from a fresh start, we can live a pure life of Krishna consciousness and return back home, back to Godhead. So when Jagai and Madai were lamenting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't lament over your past for what you have done. Um, now you have been delivered, but don't do it again. Don't do those devotional service again. Now past is past. We may have done a lot of things which may not be very conducive, but now we want to be determined to not perform any sinful activity again, which is basically illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. These four things. We should try to be very strict on these lines. And then chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will be highly effective. So pure devotional service in this way brings relief from all kind of material distress. Okay, now here are some verses. Actually, I could not make any progress today. That's what we discussed last time, and some more reflection on those. So this is some verses. This is Krishna telling to Uddhav in Uddhav Gita, "My dear Uddhav, devotional service unto me is just like blazing fire, which can burn into ashes, unlimited fuel supplied to it." So just like if the fire is there, and if you supply fuel to the fire, the fuel will burn the fire. Likewise, Krishna is telling to Uddhav, devotional service unto Krishna is like a blazing fire. This fuel is like the sinful reactions. Whatever is applied, whatever we have done, whatever karma we have, this devotional service to Krishna burn to all the past. But then, if we say, I can do more sinful activity and by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it will be purified, then the answer is it becomes an offense to the holy name. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the chanting the holy name. This mentality is not good. That I can do and I have a license to do and it can burn my sinful reaction. Another thing is there will be a heavy reaction. And the reaction, we won't be able to burn it very quickly because our devotional service is not so pure. It will take a long time. And that long time, the reaction will keep gradually coming to us and it will make us, it will give us a lot of trouble, mental problems, critical thinking, and many other reactions will come. Any one sinful activity. So, in order to have a pure mind and live a pure life, it's very important that we don't sin now and we take up Krishna consciousness very seriously. Otherwise, it will become ineffective. Our practices will become relatively ineffective because until our sadhana deepens, we cannot really burn. So, for it to deepen, we cannot keep doing the sinful activities again. Just like Prabhupada would say that there is somebody sick and he's taking the medicine and he's eating rice and some cold drinks and thing or some cold yogurt, and then he's becoming further sick. So it becomes relatively ineffective. That's why one has to be very careful. Then this is another, my dear king, the false ego of a human being is so strong that it keeps him in material existence as if tied up by a strong rope. Only the devotees can cut off the knot of this strong rope. So this is from fourth canto, and it is described that the ego is very strong. Ahankar is very strong. In ahankar, we lose the discrimination of what is right, what is wrong. Why? Because ego tells us always that we are right. Ego is kind of blind our intellect. Ego blind our knowledge. Ego blinds us and forces us and convinces us to walk in the path of adharma. We are not able, we lose our discrimination. When ego is strong, we lose our discrimination. We lose our intelligence of what is right and what is wrong. And we do things that a sane man, a spiritual man will never do. So ego is very strong. But it is described, it is like we are strongly bound to a material existence. Ego is very strong. But the devotees can cut out the knot of the strong rope. But association of devotees purifies the ego. That's why sometimes association of devotees may be very difficult. and the ego will come in association. But if we just remain in association, then the association will purify. We should never even think about going away from the association of devotees. The ego wants us to go because sometimes it is difficult to associate with devotees, but one should not avoid association of devotees. In fact, Srila Prabhupada says, if one thinks that one can advance in Krishna consciousness without the association of devotees, then one is living in great hallucination. So, and Srila Prabhupada says, a devotional service cannot mature without association. And he says, devotional service becomes attractive in association of devotees. Association will give us deeper Krishna consciousness, and association will give us deeper purification also. So these things Krishna arranges. Everything in our life is, we should see the hand of Krishna. But yes, this rope is very strong, and association may help us. What can do? Then this is pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the highest enlightenment. And when such enlightenment is there, it is just like a blazing forest fire, killing all the inauspicious snakes of desires. Once again, pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the highest enlightenment. One gets the highest enlightenment. And when such enlightenment is there, it is like a blazing forest fire, killing all the inauspicious snakes of desire. So our life is filled with many inauspicious desires. The reason there are such inauspicious desires, they are compared to snakes in the forest. Snakes represent envy. These desires are because of envy. And this is envy for Krishna. Or the envy for Krishna is reflected in the enjoying spirit in us. That is represented by envy for Krishna. So these snakes in the forest fire, these inauspicious snakes, they are like a cloud. They cover us, they cover our intellect, and they forces us to perform sinful activities. But devotional service is like um, a forest fire that burns all the snakes of sinful desires. So when we come in touch with devotional service, then the cloud is removed. And when the cloud is removed, then we wonder looking back, oh, what was I doing? What was I thinking? Why was I acting like that? So this is because the pure devotional service removes that cloud. Most of the people is living under those clouds, and it is very difficult to penetrate those clouds of ignorance, which and captures us with that desire for sinful activities. They are very powerful. 2 minutes. Thank you. I'm just about to win. And these clouds are very powerful. And one last thing I would say is the example of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj was fighting, and he was fighting with Yakshas. Yakshas are mysterious people, ghostly beings. So lot of Yakshas, unlimited Yakshas, they were attacking Dhruv Maharaj. So one side, Dhruv Maharaj noticed lions are coming to eat him up. Another side, there is snakes are coming. So when Dhruv Maharaj looked into the air, snakes are coming from one side, millions, full speed to Dhruv Maharaj. Lions are coming, this hot fire volcanic eruption. So in this way, all 4 directions, death was approaching Dhruv Maharaj. And Dhruv Maharaj thought, how can I fight with them? I mean, how many arrows can I shoot? I mean, this is impossible. So he was completely covered by the cloud of ignorance, illusion, cloud of illusion. And then demigods, there was an Akashvani. The Dhruv Maharaj heard the voice, take shelter of the holy name of the Lord. Take shelter of the holy name of the Lord. Take shelter of the holy name of the Lord. And Dhruv Maharaj, he started chanting, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And as he started chanting, he saw all the lions and snakes and volcanic eruption to disappear. So this is like Yakshas, they created an illusion to make Dhruv Maharaj weak. Likewise, our ego, mind and intellect, they kind of become covered in the cloud of sinful desires. Intelligence cannot think anything other than, performing sinful activity, desire to enjoy. Mind is completely captured. Ego is completely captured in anticipation. And we are completely. So this pure devotional service, it brings us to enlightenment and removes the cloud of ignorance, and we can see the reality. That's why be in association of devotees and take the shelter of the holy name of Krishna. And this will completely remove uh, the kaleshagri of material distress, material bondage, material illusion, and give us the clearance which we can follow to go back to God. So that's all for today. If there are any questions, we can take at this point in time. Actually, we read only one slide today. Anyone has any questions or discussions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Prabhuji, very nice class. But my question is not related to the session, Prabhuji. Will that be okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Does Bali Maharaj come in the family of Prahlad Maharaj?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but not in Ravana's family, right? Ravana is not related here.
Yes, Bali Maharaj is actually grandson of Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
grandson of Prahlad.
So Bali Maharaj, he took over the kingdom from Indra, right?
Yes.
He conquered. So as a king, he was doing a great job, and the people were all happy in his kingdom, right? He was not any cruel king. He is also a devotee of Vishnu, correct, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
So in that case, just to satisfy the demigods or the Indra's prayers to get the kingdom back for them, Lord took Vamana avatar.
Yes. Mataji, it is said that Bali Maharaj was not pure devotee, but he knew that the goal of life is to surrender to Vishnu. When Vaman Dev asked, he agreed because he was very charitable. Vaman Dev asked, give 3 steps of land, he gave. And then he took the 2 steps, and then there was no place to take the 3rd step. And during the 3rd step, then Bali Maharaj, at that instant, Bali Maharaj became a pure devotee. When he surrendered and he told Vaman Dev, put your 3rd step on my head, and I surrender my life to you. So my spiritual master says, at that point of time, he became a Mahajan. He was a devotee, but at the same time, he gradually, by the association of Vaman Dev and by complete surrender. That's why it is said that Sukadev Goswami perfected his life by speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj perfected his life by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Hanuman perfected his life by serving Lord Ramchandra. Akrura perfected his life by offering prayers. Prahlad Maharaj perfected his life by remembering the Lord. And Bali Maharaj perfected his life by complete surrender. Ambarish Maharaj perfected his life by following all the 9 processes perfectly. So Bali Maharaj perfected his life by complete surrender. It was not there in the beginning, but when the 3rd step became a Mahajan. Does it answer?
Prabhuji, I understand that, but what was the mistake from Bali Maharaj end that the Lord wanted to teach a lesson for him?
Well, he took over the kingdom of Indra and demigods. He actually fought with demigods, and he was the leader of the demons, and he was under the guidance of Shukracharya. And they all fought against demigods. They defeated the demigods, and he was ruling the heavenly kingdom. It's just like you have a home, some demoniac person comes and take all of us out of our own home and start ruling our home. and that's what he did. So the demigods, they approached the Lord for protection, for, they have the rights to stay in their own place. That's their place. He's the king, and he threw them out. Does it answer?
So as a king, he should have not been partial to the demigod. So he should have, but since he did not have that tendency, he wanted to rule and he wanted to
Yeah, he supported.
dominate.
Just like Bhishma, he was killed. Dronacharya, they were killed. Although they had a lot of affection for Pandavas, they supported Adharma. And we hear that Krishna wanted to show that anybody who support Adharma, even if they are devotees, they will be annihilated. So he is for sure supporting Adharma. He has some devotion, not pure devotion. He has some devotion which was perfected by self-surrender.
But generally, Kshatriyas, they can go fight and conquer the kingdom. Is it like a normal activity for them, right? As a king, they can do that, right, Prabhuji?
But Kshatriya have to be guided under Brahmana. And if they support Adharma because of the Kshatriya spirit, they will be annihilated. So Brahmana tells them this is right to do, this is not right to do. Like Srimad Bhagavatam has a story of King Vena, who was a Kshatriya, who was a king, but he was doing, he was supporting thieves and wrongdoers. So Brahmanas became very upset with King Vena. They chanted the mantras and they killed Vena just by chanting the mantras. Kshatriya always, because Kshatriya are the arms, but the head is Brahmana. The head thinks and Kshatriya's work. Does it answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. So the Shukracharya, he should have guided the king properly, but his guidance was not per the path of Dharma. So that's why.
Yeah, everybody, all the demons, Shukracharya, all in the same category. Bali Maharaj was a devotee, but yes, he became a pure devotee from that instance. So he received actual more mercy through this.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess we will end here. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhesha kripasindhubhya evacha patidanam pavanubhyo vaishnavyo namaha. If I spoke anything wrong, please forgive me as a humble servant. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat
Thank you,
pranam.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam.